Everyone, and welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting for Wednesday, January 22nd of 2020. The Planning and Zoning Commission is a citizen advisory group to the City Council charged with making recommendations concerning land use plans, planning processes, and/or on matters of plan implementation. All regular meetings of the Planning and Zoning Commission are recorded for record retention and transcription. The following is the official agenda of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Discussion and commission action will be limited to those items on the agenda. Any citizen who wishes to address the commission shall first be recognized by the chair and shall give his or her name and address for the record. If a citizen wishes to read documentation of any sort to the commission, he or she shall first seek permission from the chair. Oral testimony may be restricted to no more than 3 minutes per person. Agenda item number 1 is roll call and disclosure of conflict of interest, ex parte communication, and site visit. So Aislinn, if you would call the roll, and if each commissioner would please state your name, what area you're from, and anything you may need to disclose.
Jill Kirkham.
Jill Kirkham, Alameda area, nothing to disclose.
Jack Moore.
My name's Jack Moore. I live in the Old Town area. I did a site visit, agenda item 3, and I have nothing else to disclose.
Dorothy Rex.
My name is Dorothy Ricks in the Alameda area. I too did a site visit, and I have nothing else to disclose.
Sin Kyu Roo.
Shinkuru. I live in the Highland area, and I've been to the site, and I have nothing else to disclose.
Ryan Satterfield.
I'm Ryan Satterfield from the Highland area. I also did a site visit on item number 3 and nothing else to report.
Kaylee White.
My name is Kaylee White. I live in the Alameda area. I made a site visit to agenda item 3, and I have nothing else to report.
And Jared Burke is excused this evening.
Very good, thank you, Aislinn. Agenda item number 2 is the approval of minutes. Commissioners, it's before you. Discussion or motion on the minutes?
I'm making a motion to approve the minutes.
My second.
Okay, motion by Moore, second by White. Aislinn, would you call the vote?
Moore.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Kirkham.
Yes.
Ricks.
Yes.
Roo.
Yes.
Satterfield.
Yes, motion carries. Agenda item number 3, public hearing, zoning map amendment. This time has been set aside for the commission to hear comments from the public regarding a request by Clint Martin, represented by Dean Funk, to rezone by contract the property located at 2909 Pole Line Road from commercial general to light industrial for the use of industrial services and sales. With that, I will open the public hearing, and if we could start off by hearing from the applicant, please.
Good afternoon, I'm Dean Funk. I live in Chubbuck, Idaho now. I used to live on South Fairway for 33 years and Monte Vista for another 8 or 9 years. And had the opportunity to serve on the city council for 12 years. And when we had a weak mayor, I took my turn to be a mayor one time here. Anyway, it's a privilege to be here before this body and represent Clint Martin, who is the owner of the property. It was sold to him a few years ago, and he has a number of auto dealerships along the Wasatch Front, and he ventured into Pocatello, decided he didn't need all of it, and so we put it on the market, and whichever 2.5 acre parcel of this total 5 acre site was left, he would move his car dealership into that site. So we have now repurposed that auto dealership into Huntington Supply, which is a nice addition to the building supply, specializing in roof products for the building industry. And he moved his auto dealership to this location, and it went well until his manager decided he had too many decades in the car business, and so he left, and another manager was hired, and it did not turn out too good. He had an embezzlement, so he flew up, closed it on the spot, and we put it on the market. And in the meantime, we had an opportunity to developed this property by another person who just decided he didn't want to venture out, and so he defaulted on the earnest money contract, and so Mr. Martin decided he would proceed with this potential tenant, which is a rental business which rents backhoes and trucks. You can probably go rent a tent for some kind of a venue for all kinds of rental supplies, which there is one down the street about 2 blocks from this. But anyway, we would like to see if we could have this proceed forward for a contract zoning to light industrial, which the city said it would fit better for that type of rental property. And I don't know, if you have any questions, you could ask me from that point.
Awesome. Thank you, Dean. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, the city has recommended that, the staff has recommended that they put some trees along the mow strips and things like that. He's more than willing to meet those requirements, whatever, which enhance the property.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you. All right, if we could now hear from the staff.
Good evening, Mr. Chair and members of the Commission. My name is Carl Anderson. I'm with the City of Pocatello Planning Department. As noted in the agenda and detailed by the applicant, the request is a zone map amendment application by contract to rezone the property from commercial general to light industrial for the sole use of industrial services and sales. This subject property is 2.57 acres more or less and is located at 2909 Pole Line Road. At this time, all noticing requirements have been met and no public comment has been received. In consideration of the application and proposed development, staff concludes that this proposed zoning map amendment by contract is compliant with Pocatello Municipal Code, assuming the conditions listed in the staff report are met. A full analysis is detailed within the staff report of all applicable criteria. Should the Commission recommend approval of the application, staff recommends that those conditions listed in the staff report be included. With that, this concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to stand for questions.
Thank you, Carl. Any questions for Carl?
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we will open to the public to hear any testimony. If there are any who would like to speak, whether it be in favor of, neutral to, or against the application, if you'd please come forward, state your name, and give us your testimony. Seeing none, we will close the public hearing. Commissioners, this item's before you. Any discussion?
Well, it does seem to fit the general area. I mean, there's places just down Cedar Street that don't even have any frontage or anything like that, just gravel, driveways. And I don't see any large impediments to it. Wouldn't seem out of place, sure.
Very good. Any other comments or anyone that would like to make a motion?
I would like to recommend the approval of the application from Clint Martin to rezone the property located at 2909 Pole Line Road to be zoned to light industrial to be used as industrial services and sales, finding the application does meet the standards for approval under Chapter 1702-180 of Pocatello Municipal Code if the conditions are met. In the staff.
Seconded.
So moved by White, seconded by Kirkham. Aislinn, would you call the vote? Any discussion on the motion?
Do we need to include authorizing the chair to sign the findings of fact?
Yeah. So for a public hearing, there are findings, and with the motion there, we do have where you would authorize the chair to sign those findings. And so if you would like to amend your motion to include that, to authorize the chair to sign the findings.
I would like to amend my motion to authorize the chair to sign those findings.
Thank you. And would you agree?
I will agree.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, Aislinn. Now, if you would please call the vote.
White,
Yes.
Kirkham,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Ricks,
Yes.
Root,
Yes.
Satterfield.
Yes. All right, motion carries. So that will conclude our regular meeting. We will now adjourn ourselves to a training session. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.